In the space, betwixt the space, we find secrets, mysteries, and truths. There is a place within this space that exists outside any realm, yet is connected to them all by the aether that binds all particles to the magics of life. And by means of the aether's spark, it draws those whose questions are destined to find answers, ferrying them into the folds between worlds. Join us tonight in a place called the Strandager House, tucked inside one such fold where the aetheral spark transports folks in order to have their fortunes told.
And thank you, everyone. So good evening, and welcome to the Strandager House. It is so good to have you here. The Strandager House is a place between space and time, folded between worlds. My name is Esmir Celestine, and I am your host for this evening. Tonight, we have a pair of travelers, visiting from far-off places, but maybe not so far off for you, traveler. They may be familiar to you, possibly even you, perhaps. Look around. You might be next. And they say I'm still muted. Well, hopefully not. So, let's see what the cards have to say for our travelers this evening. And we will introduce our first guest, our first traveler, hailing from a world beyond worlds. What do we have here? Ah, I see a Yuum coming into view. Welcome, Yuum, to the Strandager House. I hear that you are best known for your connections to the divine. Is that true?
That is in fact true, yes. Yes, I am.
Indeed. Something, though, vexes you about those connections, leaving you with questions left unanswered.
You're right.
Have they been unkind to you?
Yes, actually. They have.
Well, then. Let us find out what the cards have to say and see if maybe we can find some answers together that they, unfortunately, chose not to give you. I'm opening up a fresh deck of cards brought in just for you. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yours. They are just for your answers. So tell me a little bit about the place you hail from. Entertain and tantalize our guests as we find answers together.
Honestly, it's a beautiful place. The forests and fruits are bountiful. Well, they have been. Lately, there has been a little bit less, but still it's a beautiful autumn with reds and yellows all around. Smiling faces. I suppose it's a town. It's not very small, but everyone seems to care for each other. We live on a plateau.
Sounds quaint. Little different than the rustic setting that you see here.
Very different.
But I'm sure out your windows you see other things than stars and darkness. What are some of those things in your world?
There's strange creatures that I've been seeing more often lately. We started calling them husks.
Oh.
They almost seem like reminders of a past world, not necessarily hostile, but intimidating. They scare many of the children, and when we approach, they run away.
That is intriguing, for sure. Well now, let me see what our first getting to know you might look like. We will start with a card. The Two of Diamonds. I see here. It tells me that you are one who is connected with others in your community. Is that true?
That is true. I am actually the head of the guard of the town.
Excellent. So, let's see. We have the next piece here, diamonds, of that card. That means it's connected to the earth, connected to the world that you are around. What sort of connections do you have to the world around you?
One of my closest friends is actually one of the people who leads the farmers in the area. We've been working together to expand the farmlands, and so far it's been wonderful. It's been fruitful, and the soil is rich. The animals take to it. It's wonderful.
Excellent. And because of that, you seem to be in good health. I see balance in your world. You get enough exercise and sleep and such, or is there an area that's waning lately for you?
For the most part, I'm good.
Excellent.
Although I have slacked a little bit on allowing myself time to rest.
Busy, I assume?
Nervous.
Nervous? About what?
Sometimes when there is only good, it means bad is on the horizon.
Ah. Well, if we look at the cards, they tell me, oh, what do we have here? We have another 2. You're quite connected, Ewan. This connection, though, is to the heart of the matter, to the people, directly. Not necessarily just to the things of your culture, your status as a guard. But people trust you. They seek you out. What say you?
Oftentimes I do find myself just helping around. I've come to know these people. I see them as my family. We laugh and play together and enjoy, and we would do anything for each other, and it's without question.
Good. Our next one here. Oh, there is someone in your life. Not necessarily family. No, I feel family might be a little vexing for you. But a mentor of sorts. Someone who you have confided in. Someone who holds your confidence. A strong person within your community. Who is that helps you?
That's Arela. She was the one who taught me to be a defender. She was the one who taught me to have faith. She was the one who showed me strength I didn't know I had. She was the previous leader of the guard.
Oh. Yes, I see. But I was slightly off, I see, in my interpretation. She is family, is she not?
She's my aunt.
Oh. Is that one of the reasons for the name of your sister?
Yes.
I see the path for your community here, 6 of spades. It is a path of thinking. Be careful, you don't want to overthink. Thinking can be good in times of contemplation, but it can cause us harm when we ruminate and take it too far.
That's true.
Has your sister been on your thoughts lately?
She has.
Well, it is important to know that you are represented here. Your path is one of a king, a leader, strong. Your people will be better off for your presence. So take heart there, you. And now that we've gotten to know you a little better, tell me a little bit about something that's on your mind. What have you asked the divine? What have the gods hidden from you?
That's the problem. I don't know. More often than not, when I seek answers, all that I hear back is silence. Maybe an echo of a thought. But in the past, they would be so clearly there. But something is breaking. Or maybe they've lost faith in us.
So what question do you want me to help you find the answer?
Why have they left us?
That's an excellent question. So let's start with you all. Ah, it is strange indeed. The 7 is luck. You are a blessed people, people of the land, people of this world. But oh, they are passionate beings who are fleeting in their, what should I say, interests. They may vary, may wane from day to day. Unfortunately, the day of a deity could be a lifetime for you.
That makes sense.
But I would take heart there, you. Your connection, your people's connection to the gods is infinite, represented there by the 8. It is deep within your being. As long as your people do not lose hope, they must be able to harness that hope, lest they lose the last tethers to those that once watched over them, and will likely do so again if, the 6, the path card again, emotions. Keep walking that path of hope. Focus on it. Harness it. And in time, the nurturer will come and ease your mind. They will speak to you in the languages of your people and bring you the peace you seek. Does this give your heart courage, there, Ewan?
It does. Even in silence, there can still be understanding, I suppose.
Yes, there can be. Silence can sometimes represent listening or watching, not necessarily abandonment. We must keep that in mind.
You can be heard even if you don't hear back.
What is the old adage? If a tree falls in the forest and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? The divine hears all.
You're right.
So, how do you feel now about your travels? Are you in a place where you feel comfortable?
I am. I see. I may have been looking for a purpose, or more sound of a purpose, but I already had that inkling. Faith isn't about action always. Faith is about keeping action, keeping moving forward. Once I have a push forward, I shouldn't rely solely on the hand at my back. I need to keep moving on my own.
Yes, indeed. What other question do you have? What's lingering there?
Why do the husks reside so close? Do they have native intent? Are they just a reminder? Are they a failed creation?
Well, let us see what the cards have to say about these creatures. We'll begin by beseeching where they came from.
Yes.
The King of Diamonds. They came from the strength of the earth. They are a reaction to something. The world itself is spewing them forth. And in today's present, they are at their apex. They have been called to some sort of purpose. Whatever the path was that was laid before them, its purpose is on the horizon, You would be wise to seek out what that is if you wish to understand them. For all that is left Once they reach their apex, c'est donnez-moi, the end. Which means, what is your future? If you find that understanding, if you understand that purpose, it will lead you here to an infinite place amongst the earth. I don't know what that looks like. The infinite among the stars is one thing. The infinite among the prime material is another. So be careful what that could be. Now,
That makes
what
sense.
else do you wish to know about them? We'll see what else the deck has to say.
Do they obey someone?
They do. They communicate with someone new. Someone with a surge of energy that has brought forth this apex. It looks like it may have been accelerated. A path that was originally much slower, more measured. Now is accelerated by this infusion that calls to them, this being that emboldens them.
That's concerning, slightly.
If you know their purpose, you might know if it's concerning. The unknown, though, is always concerning.
True. Should I seek out this person?
Well, let's see what they say. Well, it could lead to answers. Another 10, signifying the end of something. Seeking them out will bring about a flurry of fire, of power of some sort. I see flames, but it doesn't necessarily mean flames. It could be a primal urge. It could be a surge of something. You might accelerate their plan even further. Or you may help them find their purpose and help the husks move on. That I do not know.
My aunt was called the Phoenix at one point. Does she know about this?
Does she have a connection? Let's see what her connection might be. Oh. The 9. It is the card of reaping. The moment just before the harvest, just before the apex is reached. It looks to me like her death may have been connected to this acceleration in time. I don't know if she knew this person, but her passing, that itself is involved.
When we found her, something had... Her body was weak. She could barely speak. And I remember the word, forgive him. But we never knew why.
Interesting. Maybe this him is that new power.
I don't even know what to ask now.
Excellent. Let's instead leave that to our audience, the other fellow travelers that have come here with you. How does that sound?
Okay.
Good.
Maybe they can see what I can't.
Maybe. So, what we will do for our merry band of travelers that have reached 10 viewers, we have unlocked your bonus questions. Each of you in the audience, click that link, follow it, and vote. And here in a moment, we will find out which additional question you will seek answers to. Recruit your friends. The more viewers, the more questions will be unlocked. So,
How do you find your
how
answers?
do I find my answers? Well, you see, part of it is through these cards. They help me, but they are a conduit. I am bound here to the Strandager House, and as such, I have a connection to the Aether, one that allows me to ask questions on behalf of others. So, it is not necessarily of my own doing, but of those who wish it so.
Interesting.
All right. It looks like we have quite a number of votes here. And they wish to know, what creature have you been fighting against in your nightmares? Tell me, are you plagued by nightmares, Yuam?
Yes,
Hmm.
actually. And there has been a creature.
Mm-hmm.
You spoke of flames.
Mm-hmm.
And in my dreams, I consistently see a hydra made of flame. And every time I chop off a head, there is a scorching pain. But I bear it. And a new head comes out every time.
Well,
And it engulfs me.
let's find out more about that fire. That blinding fire.
Okay.
What is it? Ooh. It is bound to someone in your people. If you remember before, that 7 of diamonds was clearly connected to the blessed peoples that you belong to.
Yeah.
But whom? Whom, Yum? It is someone who is connected to you through communication. Someone who advises you, who is measured, maybe wishes for a slower path. While the husks advance, they speak of patience. They have a connection to whatever is troubling you.
I know of someone. That's Lashari.
Do they hold status?
They are a member of the council.
Are they prone to strong emotions that seemingly have waned?
Yes.
I see here that they might normally be quick to connect to emotions, to plead upon the emotions of others. But that patience, that balance that they're seeking, that logic they're employing seems to run counter to their normal behavior. Don't you find that odd?
I asked if something had changed, and their answer was short. They told me no. so I thought that I had to leave it.
Well, I believe, because the cards believe, that it all comes back to that catalyst, that new being. And Lashari might hold the answers of who they are. They don't believe. No, the cards and I don't believe Lashari knows what they want, or what the purpose is. But they know something.
No, that... But what could they know? They're just... They don't do much. They don't... They went into the woods a couple times with scouts to look for new areas. What's that? Were they doing something else?
I have no idea. I'm not of your world.
Can the cards guide us to that?
Let me see. What do we have? It looks like it was tied to the earth. Bound in some way. Lashari is connected there. The four elements bind them in some form or fashion. But that, my dear Yuum, is all the cards have for you. They tell me your time is near, and you must return home.
If nothing else, I have more answers, and I think that I know at least one step of what I need to do.
Excellent. Thank you, Yuum, for your time. And fellow travelers, you thank Yuum as well. Now, Gabe, tell us about Yuum and your other projects. Dazzle us with the details of the Mythic Grove.
Hello. Okay, so Yuum is the head paladin of a group that I'm preparing for an upcoming campaign that I'm working on with Mythic Grove. Mythic Grove is the group that I'm using for a lot of my fantasy creation work, and one of the biggest things that I've been doing is figuring out how to make characters feel more alive, and then when someone is creating characters like Yuum or whatever to put in their game, they can have different, interesting, unique aspects to add to these characters, like the relationships, how they fit into the town, and that sort of thing. This has been delightful in helping me build that for you as well.
Excellent. I'm glad you've enjoyed your time. So you can find Gabe here on Twitter at GabeJamesGames. Where else can they find you? What other things do you have going on that that you'd like the audience, your fellow travelers, to know?
You can find me on Twitch, occasionally streaming tabletop games or just random indie games that I find on itch all over. You can find me on Instagram, which is mainly where I post my cosplay stuff. Or you can find me at Mythic Grove, which is where I post the tabletop design stuff on Twitter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing more of what you have in store.
It's a pleasure.
So, audience, thank you again for your help in helping you. I will be back in a few with the next guest, but before I do, I want to remind everyone that we have a new sponsor for this show. We are sponsored by Third Eye Fortunes. If you seek further answers for yourself from the cards or among the stars, you can contact Jasmine, the owner of Third Eye Fortunes, on Facebook or via email at thirdeyefortunes@gmail.com. That's 3RD eyefortunes@gmail.com for all your tarot and natal chart needs. Viewers of this program can use the code WanderingDM for 10% off online readings. Make your appointment today, and we will see you in a few minutes.
Oh, audio settings. My darling. Video, audio, automatically join.
Welcome, welcome, travelers. Thank you for sticking around for our second guest of the evening. As a reminder, as I said before the break, we are sponsored by Third Eye Fortunes. You can find Jasmine, the owner of Third Eye Fortunes, through Facebook or through Gmail at 3rdeye fortunes@gmail.com and set up your appointment for your own answers through cards or stars and get your online tarot or natal chart reading at 10% off when you use the code WanderingDM. Let us talk about our next guest. Akia is coming to us from a realm that some of you might know. One that has a very corporeal form. One that might be somewhat familiar, though maybe not in the same way. Kia, thank you. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. You can help me, right?
That is what I'm here to do. So tell me, Akia.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
As I bring out the deck that I have just for you, just for your answers sent to me by the Aether.
Thank you so much.
What is your first question?
I lost him. I mean, I didn't lose him. He ran away. Well, he didn't run away. He just got away.
Got it.
I'm looking for my beloved.
Mm-hmm.
He's confused. He didn't mean to run, escape. I mean, get lost. He didn't mean to get lost. And now I have to find him and bring him back to me because they say love is forever and ever and ever and ever. And he will never, ever be happy without me.
Does he look something like this? Maybe?
Sometimes, his look changes because I love him in every form. And there's so many things I love about him. His eyes, plural eyes, I mean. And, the way his toes don't always match, but they're cute little knuckles. And the way that his hair sort of sticks out all weird and crazy, where I lovingly stitch his scalp together. It's love.
Love.
And we have to take care of those we love. Yes, love.
I'm sure you
It's the most beautiful thing in the universe.
You painstakingly learned how to sew for his scalp.
Oh, exactly. And those little bitty piggy toes, they're so cute. They just, okay, so they fall off sometimes. I had to learn how to sew. I wasn't very domestic before this, but he more or less holds together. Mm-hmm. And there's always some random villager to donate a few things. I recycle. I'm a good person. I recycle a lot.
The 3 R's. Reduce,
yes,
reuse,
reduce,
and recycle.
Recycle and recapture. Rescue.
I see.
Rescue.
So, what is the first thing you need to know about such a lost love?
Well, I really need to track him. Locate him. I need to know where to start looking for him. I looked across the deserts and I found him there. And I looked through the swamp and I found him there. And once there was this iceberg.
I'm sorry. A swamp, a desert, and an iceberg? It sounds like you've gone to the 4 corners of the earth. Did I lose Akia? It looks like we have an interruption in the Aether, a distraction from the answer. Let us call Akia back. Come back to us, Akia. Come back. We might need to shift for a second. Let us take a moment while we work on that. And in the meantime, can you, audience, bring me a question? Some random person in the audience? Send me a question, and let's see what the cards have in store for you. Anybody? Bueller. Bueller. We will get Akia back here in a moment and find out more about her lost love. But for now, I hear rapping at the door. Could it be the return of our guest? I think it is. I think it is. Well, we are still working out some glitches in the Aether, and I see a question about a netrunner. They are passionate in what it is they do. Their name may elude me, but they are excellent at what they do. They walk the path of a netrunner, and they are lucky. Lucky in love. Lucky when it comes to people. So find this lucky person whose purpose is net running, and you will find the name that you are looking for. And we will be right back as I work out some technical side. All right.
want to adventure with you. I know they say that when a boy wants to adventure with you, what it really means is that he needs a healer.
Yeah.
But look, all the other girls were doing it. Okay, they were going off with their paladins and their warriors, and well, he looked really cute. Okay, and so but he was so darn cute that I maybe forgot to study my spell books. But I bought a lot of potions. I mean, Daddy has money, right? And money buys a lot of things. So I bought a lot of potions, and I just sort of sprinkled them from behind. I mean, it's in touch range. It counts. And, well, it wasn't enough.
But your passion, your zest was powerful enough for him, was it not?
Exactly. Of course. I mean, what? The only you resurrect somebody that instant in the field, and they call you a hero, and they call you a, healer. It gets a little past due, and suddenly it's all evil. I'm not evil. I'm just extra devoted. I am super devoted. No matter what,
so
he will come back.
He may be somewhere connected to the stone, the Gorgon maybe.
Oh, he was so brave that time. I brought him back, and he looked in my face, and he screamed, "Take me now," and ran headfirst at her. I mean, that is brave. He just ran right in, screaming, "Take me now, dear God, take me now." And then he got turned to stone, and that took like a month to undo. Do you know how many nails I broke trying to get Chip away? Oh.
It sounds like he was a very good listener, but not a very good talker during that time.
Well, actually, I kind of prefer it when he doesn't talk. I mean, I don't even remember his name anymore. I just call him Beloved. But that's fine. I mean, name. I mean, all those parts had to have names at some point, right?
Well,
I mean,
when you walk the path of love.
Yes. I mean, I will never, ever let him go. I will never let him down. There is no place I can find him. Communication. Maybe I didn't listen enough. Maybe when he screamed, "Dear God, give me the kiss of death," maybe he went to fight a siren.
Yeah.
Oh, that's water. A golem? Maybe.
Maybe a harpy.
Yeah, it could be. He's always dashing off into these dangerous things. Like the second he lays eyes on me, he feels so brave that he just runs headfirst into whatever the nearest beast is. Sometimes he doesn't even pick up his sword. He just goes. And then we recycle. And I find some villagers, and I go in, and I cry a little, and I tell them how terrible it is, and they let me stay for the night. And then by the next morning, I have extra pieces to use.
That's where you harvest and recycle.
Of course. Did you know that if you're really, really, really quiet, you can get squirrels to crawl up in your hands? And it's much easier to bring back squirrels. It is. And then you can stand there like a princess and you can sing, and they will help you. I mean, I haven't yet been able to teach a bird how to sew a face back together, but they bring me twigs.
No, that's nice.
That's helpful.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah. I mean, I could train them to do the laundry and the dishes, and then I wouldn't have to do any domestic chores, and I could just follow my beloved into the embrace of whatever horrific beast he finds this time. He's the bravest man in the land.
Well,
he's a hero.
Based on the cards, it looks like they're pointing you to the Gorgon. And then from the Gorgon, you need to communicate that passion in a way that doesn't overwhelm your love, so you can walk that path and reap that deep connection that you are seeking.
I am good at reaping. I am excellent at reaping, and I'm great at telling him what he will do. Yeah. I'm excellent at that.
The cards say that with the spades. Very much about communication. Very clear.
Yes.
Very decisive.
I feel like, yes, by gosh. Because when you will chase someone across all 9 realms for love, I mean, what else could say, "I love you" more than that? What else says, "I'm devoted to you"? No matter where you go, no matter how far you crawl, no matter how far you escape, get lost. No matter how lost you are, I will find you and I will bring you back and back and back and back. And back again, and okay, so it gets a little messy sometimes, but that's what we do for love, right? We never, ever, ever let go of those we love.
So what else do you need to know about your love? You know where to find them.
I think I do.
Mm-hmm.
So, if he's with the Gorgons again,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, have you seen what he slither all sneaky like? I'm telling you, those girls are up to no good.
Probably not.
So I have to go retrieve him from the. Oh no, hussies. So retrieve him from the Gorgon, and then I will have to. I guess I want to know when it's enough. When he will feel to not need to keep running into danger. He's a wonderful hero, best in the land. At some point, though, I'm going to run out of people. Like, what am I supposed to do next? Grab, like, some deer antlers and prop him up on a shin boat? Do you know how hard it is to convince Bambi to come sing to you when you smell like this? Like, you're out in the forest.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I mean, you'll have to light a candle or something. But
Yeah, some incense, some good
there you
soap.
go. Some excellent soap.
Really good soap.
Scrub
Yes.
that right off you.
Yeah, you have to.
So, I think we have a few questions, though, that are being left unanswered. And if the audience will help us, the fellow travelers will help us by following that link down there and seeking out the bonus question for Akia and her love.
I need all the help I can get. You know that, right?
Yeah, so
I need.
tell me something about your love. What were you searching for that brought you to them the first time?
Oh, well, we were very young, and they say that love lasts forever. So I was really just looking for a man to love me. And then he was nice. He learned my name. And he was like, yeah, I need a healer. You can come. And I was like, oh my God, he loves me so much. And so I went for it, and I followed him. Because that's love, right? Like, he learned my name, and he's a healer. That's totally what love is. At least that's what, everybody else says.
Yeah.
So I guess I was searching for him. And I keep searching for him. A lot, actually. Now that I'm thinking about, like, I keep looking everywhere for him. The least he could do is like hold still for 5 minutes after resurrection.
Speaking of looking for him, is that a behind you? Is that an extra eye?
Oh, well, I love them. They're so pretty. I have them in my hair. I mean, you never know when you're going to need a good spare, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I hate to waste things. So, just keep a couple in the purse. There was this one time at this bandit camp, they weren't willing to donate. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And so I made a little dinner, and I poisoned a little wine. And then I offered to sing them a song, and I got up and I sang them this beautiful love song as they fell dead at my feet. It was tragic. Then I had all the eyeballs I needed. So now I just keep a couple spares in my handbag. I mean, it doesn't smell too much if you put it in a little water and shake it up every so often, right?
I guess
fine.
not. I mean, there might be other ways
I mean,
to preserve them.
Well, yeah, I guess. But, it's not like I hang out in town much. They have pitchforks and torches and silly ideas about forgiveness and letting things go. And I am not a girl who can let anything go.
Yeah. I can tell that. You are a very, very special girl. You're
That's what my mother used to say. I'm special.
and your love is very lucky.
Yes, devotion. It is all about that devotion.
And I think that tells us right here that it's time for at least me to go. So thank you, Akia.
Oh, okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much. Have a great. Thank you. I'm gonna go find me some harpy hussies and some organ gals, and I'm gonna go smash some heads. And I need ears.
So, Thank you, audience. Thank you, travelers, for meeting IKEA. In the meantime, though, we'd love to hear from Christine about Rockabilly Soap and Dice Works. I'm very intrigued. I hear you have a new line that IKEA sponsors.
I do. I swear to God, not crazy. Well, so I've actually been playing IKEA for the last year. She's a blast because that's what happens when teenage girls really believe love doesn't end. But yeah, so as some of you know, all of my soaps have a backstory because I'm extra like that. And my new one is Love Never Dies. It's a necromancer themed line, courtesy of my girl IKEA. And this is one of our soaps from that one. This one smells like what my son called fancy dead flowers.
Let me
So
move that
kind of-
camera a little bit to... Yep, there you go. Would be your left, so they can see it a little better.
My left, that way.
Thank you.
So this one's called, yeah. So that's my death soap for necromancy, and the scent is Cemetery Bouquet. It smells like a mix of wet ground, moss, and dried flowers. And it's that perfect, creepy, sexy. I love this scent. It's actually what I smell like right now. That's what I had in my bath before getting on. So I've got that one. And then, of course, as a lot of you know, we do charity work. We are teaming right now with Jasper's Game Day, which does suicide prevention for teenagers. I have 3 teenagers of my own. That's very important to us. And so I have to reach off at camera. We have our resurrection soap here because it seems terrible. Trying to get a good, there you go.
Yeah.
And it is a phoenix egg in a nest with golden feathers. And proceeds from this part go to Jasper's Game Day to help build community for kids who are at suicide risk. So they donate D&D game manuals, Magic the Gathering cards. I'm sending a case of handmade dice so that those kids who are in need of help can find that community that many of us have found in tabletop
That's
games.
wonderful. Absolutely lovely.
I would not be free to be the bucket of crazy I am without my friends that I game with. And so I want to give that to other people.
And
so that
where's the easiest way for them to find your shop and to find you and more about the products that you guys make?
You can find us on Twitter, Rockabilly Soap, at Rockabilly Soap, and then, of course, rockabillysoap.com, because keep it simple.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for telling us about all your products. We look forward to finding out more and seeing what you have on the horizons. Everybody, go order some Necromancer soap for your undying love this Valentine's.
Yes, because love should never die, and if it does, bring it back kicking and screaming.
Thank you again, Christine. Have a wonderful evening.
It's been an absolute delight. Thank you for encouraging me to bring my crazy.
Oh, it was beautiful, delightful.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. And the rest of you, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, everyone. I have a bonus for everyone. We're going to do a bonus reading for Godless Lawyer, who gave us a donation midstream. So, Godless Lawyer, feel free to go ahead and conjure up a question there while I shuffle some cards. But first, the audience, give me a choice. Actually, yes, somebody give me a choice. Let's bring in the disembodied voice of IKEA. Does Godless Lawyer get to use your deck, or shall we use Ewam's deck?
Well, always go for the creepy, right?
All right. So we're going to have a creepy answer for Godless Lawyer here in just a second. And we're back. So, let's find out what we have in store for Godless Lawyer. Job interview. Job interviews are very important. This is an excellent, excellent question, and let's see what the cards have in store for you. So, we will start with you. In this case, you are bringing to the table, it looks like, a powerful amount of connection. Is this job something that you are interested in? Something that you enjoy? Maybe? If so, it looks like it is a path that can lead you to some of the passions that you're looking for. If you can connect that to the job, you will be brought new opportunities that will feed your passion. Something that this role will help you, further ignite, really dig into. And from there, it will bring you nurturing, financial nurturing, health, maybe. Maybe the stress load is better, but give it time, and you will reap some growth in your health and wealth. And if you can make that connection, oh, lovely, closer to family, and a place that you thought about working for a long time. Lovely. So, this will bring you the strength that you're looking for. A strong foundation, a way to communicate that passion from a place of confidence, a place of health. So, seek that out, my friend. And thank you, Opera Geek, for raiding. You have come in at the end of our final reading as we bring about good news for Godless Lawyer and his interview. So to recap, for the Hedgehog Army, Godless Lawyer, this job interview you have coming up, take that emotional connection, that deep-rootedness that you have with your family. Connect it to the passion that this place will connect you to, the path that it allows you to walk. Be open to the new opportunities that come with it, so that it can lead you to that nurturing spot that can bring you health and wealth in ways that you had not seen before. And bring about that confidence, that strength, that intelligent connection that is deep within you, and you want to see alive and well. And with that, travelers, I want to thank you all for your time and your energy. We will be here every Wednesday, going forward at 9 p.m. Eastern with new guests. We will show off what small groups are doing, small streamers, small makers, you name it. Next week, we have a few new people. Adriana from Plot Hunters and Ben Aitken is going to tell us about the Rune Lords board game that is currently live on Kickstarter. We are looking forward to what the cards have in store for them. And before we sign off, I'd like to thank our sponsors, as always. Mage Hand Press sponsors, Wandering DM. Wandering DM has a new connection with Level Up Dice. Click that link there in chat and find out what Level Up Dice has for you. And then last but not least, I want to thank Third Eye Fortunes. Third Eye Fortunes you can connect with through Facebook or through their email account. That's thirdeye-fortunes@gmail.com. 3RDEYE fortunes@gmail.com. and connect with Jasmine, who can do online tarot readings and natal chart readings for you. Our viewers here at the Strandager House get 10% off those readings. Once again, thank you for your time, and may the stars shine brightly upon you, and the cards forever lay out a path in your favor. Good night.